long ago, in a quiet village, Aruka, there lived a boy named Obiajulu, a name that meant the heart is at rest. But if only the villagers had truly looked into his eyes, they would have seen anything but rest. Obiajulu was born into a wealthy family. His father, Chief Okudili, was a man of land and palm oil. His mother, Lolo Nneka, was the beauty of the Eastern Delta. She traded in coral beads and silk wrappers. Their compound was filled with the laughter of goats and chickens and the footsteps of many servants. But not all footsteps brought peace. Among the servants was a young woman named Mbeke. She was brought from a neighboring village after her people starved in a long drought. She looked kind, she laughed easily, but her heart was dry and her spirit was dark. And when Obiajulu was just 9 rainy seasons old, Mbeke would creep into his hut at night like a shadow, and she would do things no child should know, whispering, "You mustn't tell anyone, my sweet boy. This is how we show love where I come from." He didn't understand. At first, he stayed quiet out of fear and sometimes pleasure, and sometimes out of confusion. Then something worse. A part of him began to believe her, and by the time he was 12, Obiajulu had learned to take without asking. His heart was now a jungle, filled with veins of desires, roots of pains, and thorns of confusion. Years passed, and Chief Okudili died during the Hamatan. Lolo Nneka followed soon after her lungs weak from grief. Obiajulu, now a man, took over the compound and the family's name. The villagers called him Obi the Handsome, for his shoulders were broad like a warrior's, and his smile could melt the stubbornness of 1,000 maidens. But behind that smile was a beast. He slept with every woman, and when he didn't have a woman on his bed, he stroked his manhood till he was satisfied. They whispered in the corners, "Did you hear? Obi was seen with Ijoma, the tailor's daughter, and then with her mother the same week." Last month, Obi went to Eziala and left behind 2 broken marriages and a missing house girl. Obiajulu could not stop. He slept with widows in mourning. He bedded married women under moonlight and some pregnant. He took virgins and lied. He slept with kids and lied. He even tried to touch a priestess of Ani, a sacred taboo banishable by death. But the worst was yet to happen. One sunny afternoon, Obiajulu met a stranger on the way leading to his hut. She wore white from her wrapper to her cowries-covered hair. Her skin shimmered like river stones. She said nothing to Obiajulu. She simply looked at him. Obi, never one to feel shame, smiled his charming smile and said, "I haven't seen you around. Shall I show you the way to my compound?" She looked at him, then whispered, "You are filled with the cries of those you have entered. Do you ever get tired, Obiajulu?" "I sleep fine," he replied. She stepped closer. "Do you ever rest? Truly?" Or do you chase bodies so you don't have to chase memories? His throat dried. Her voice reminded him of Mbeke. Then she vanished in the blink of an eye. From that day, Obiajulu could not sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he was back in his childhood hut, back under the heavy smell of Mbeke's body, back to the awful whisper, "You mustn't tell anyone, my sweet boy." And when he opened his eyes, he saw her, not the real Mbeke, but every woman he had wronged, staring at him with her face. Some laughed, some whispered, and some blared. Weeks passed. He grew more hungry for a female to satisfy him, and his manhood grew even bigger. He even went as far as sleeping with a dog to satisfy him every time there's no woman. When he was done, he felt unhappy with life, and then he knew he needed help. He tried everything: herbs, seers, and traveling priests. One told him, "You carry a hunger that is not yours. The beast in you was planted, but you watered it." Another said, "Only truth and pain will set you free." And then the older seer, a woman named Akweke, came in a vision. She was said to be dead 40 years ago. "Obiajulu," she called out to Obi, "to be healed, you must return to where the first shadow touched you. You must speak it out loud to strangers, to those who hate you, to those you have hurt." He wailed, "I cannot. I am a man." "You are a man possessed." With no other choice, Obiajulu agreed. So began Obiajulu's journey. From village to village, he walked barefoot, and in each one, he gathered people and told his story: the shame, the childhood pain, the poison planted in him, the women he harmed, and the hunger that was never his. Many cursed him, some spat, but some wept for him, especially those who knew the same pain but wore masks every day. Eventually, Obiajulu returned to Aruka, not to his compound. It had been set on fire by angry fathers, but to the forest. There, beneath the roots of an ancient Iroko tree, he wept for days. Then the woman with white eyes returned. She touched his chest, and for the first time, he slept deeply, peacefully, without lust, without nightmare. Obiajulu never returned to the village life. Some said he died under that Iroko tree, while some said he returned as a forest spirit, warning young men to speak their pain before it speaks through them. The heart is finally at rest, and the story ends not with joy, but with truth.